Hello, good day. This is Naman Abbas, and this is a special interview. Among 158 branches in 98 countries, the Goethe Institute has a branch in Kurdistan region as well. According to its programs, it wants to strengthen the cultural ties between Erbil and Berlin. But how are they doing this process of strengthening, and how does it establish understanding between the Kurdish and German people? I will discuss with Anais Bergel, the president of the institute in Iraq. What is your aim? What is the aim of your institute? What do you really do in Iraq?
First of all, thank you for inviting me to this interview. Goethe Institute has an office in Erbil, and what we are doing, have two major fields we are working. First is our language work, so we are promoting the German language. We are giving language classes here in Erbil and also in Sulaymaniyah soon. And secondly, we are strengthening the cultural scene, and we are doing cultural activities here in Kurdistan and also together with German and European artists.
How many German learners do we have in Kurdistan?
Oh, we have around 300 learners here of German.
300?
Yeah, 300 learners.
All over Kurdistan region, or?
Yeah, all over region.
All
over Kurdistan region, of course. But those which are learning in our institute. I know that the interest in German is very, very high, and we are one of the points where people can get in touch with Germany, with German language, with German culture.
For example, for the English language, you have the IELTS and TOEFL exams that clarifies or certifies that you have officially learned this language, especially if you want to study in that specific language. What is like for the German language here? Do you have a internationally recognized exam that you will make the students to take to certify that they know German?
Exactly. So we have the European referency. So these are exams from A1 to C1 that you can do in the Goethe Institute. And every single exam is recognized and is standardized.
What are the main areas that your institute focuses on in Kurdistan region in terms of the cultural activities?
So we are doing two things, basically. So in general, we are strengthening the cultural scene here in Kurdistan, and we are strengthening intercultural exchange with German artists and European artists and Kurdish artists. And this we're doing in every single field. For example, recently we had a film residency here in Erbil, where we had 10 days artists from Kurdistan and all over Iraq gathering here in Erbil with 3 mentors from Europe. We have in the film sector also our program Nuhat, which is a program in cooperation with the Duhok International Film Festival to strengthen young and to support young filmmakers here from the Kurdistan region and all over Iraq. And we have a lot of activities. I think this is what very visible in the fields of music and arts.
You mentioned that you've had the last film residencies here in Erbil. Have you ever funded a cinematic project in Kurdistan region?
What we are doing is we had programs, but what we are trying is to support the film scene in editing, in production, in directing. In our Nuhat program for the young newcomers in the film scene, we have a little grant in the end for the winning. They are pitching then their film ideas, and then we have a little grant for them.
Very exciting competition.
Yeah, it's very exciting. It's very intense. They are sharing their ideas. And they're discussing a lot. And in the end, they are pitching in an international jury. And in the films, when they're finished, we show them also, for example, in the Duhok Film Festival.
Personally, when you have been in these competition and you have seen the local artists and you've spoken to them and you see their potentials, what kind of potentials do you see in Kurdistan in terms of cinema and filmmaking?
In cinema and filmmaking, for me, it's somehow the same like in music and arts. It's a real diversity and a real potential here. It's all these young artists, they need platforms, they need places to express, but there are so many artists, and what I see when I speak with them, they have so many potentials, so many ideas, and what we try to do is to support these ideas and to support the artistic performance and the artistic biographies of the Kurdish artists in the film scene, but also in, for example, music or arts.
You mentioned that you also work on the other categories of arts like music and others. How do you plan, or have you ever thought about internationalizing those specific arts or artists here in Kurdistan?
Yes. we do it in the way that we can do it. For example, what we are strengthening, or we try to empower with intercultural exchange, so that we are bringing artists here in contact with German artists, majorly, but also European artists.
Share the experiences.
To share the experiences. What is very important for us, that it's not a teaching, but it's learning. Each one is learning from each other, and to bring them together here, and sometimes also in Germany.
Do you offer any educational programs, whether for the artists or other sectors?
Yeah, it depends on the format. So when we have a residency, of course, it's more a sharing, but in some fields, for example, in the field of design, we have more capacity building and a more educational approach. We have, for example, together with the University of Sulaymaniyah and the University of Arts in Bremen, we have now in the 3rd year, we're organizing a design summer academy for young designers. It will be in September this year, once again, before the whole semester will start.
Is it the 1st year?
The 3rd year.
The 3rd year.
Yeah, so we have some experiences now. And this has a clear educational approach. To bring designers this year from Kurdistan, Iraq, Germany, Jordan, and Lebanon together in Sulaymaniyah to have 3 weeks of learning around design.
How can the locals benefit from such an experience that you offer and establish maintaining contacts with those German experts that you bring them here?
I would say simply contact us. We are always open to discuss projects, cooperations especially. We have strong social media platforms where we inform like everything what we are doing, but simply get in touch with us if it's a question for a language class or for the cultural activities that we are doing.
Yeah. Can Kurdish students from Kurdistan region apply for universities or try to study in Germany through your institute? How can you help them if they contact you with something like that?
We can help with language classes. We have a partner organization, another German organization, who helps with stipends or to see what type of university and what type of stipends could fit. This is a DAAD, the academic exchange. But what we can do is we prepare all the students with language classes, and we have a special program for medicine, for doctors, because we know that there's a lot of doctors who want to continue their career in Germany, and we have a special language class program for Kurdish doctors.
What are the other projects that you financially fund in Kurdistan region? We've talked about arts, about the German learning language courses, and what else do you financially support?
For us, the finances is not the priority. So for us, the priority is the cooperation with partners. So then, of course, maybe then it's a financial dimension, but for us, it's very important that we are cooperating with our partners. So we will have in autumn, For example, we have some concerts here, I can already tell. We will have some projects together with our French partners. We will have, for example, the Citadel Movie Nights. It's a short film festival.
Everything that you're talking about right now in autumn?
Everything now in autumn, yes, from September on. Yeah, we will have.
Are you bringing German artists for the concerts?
Yes, this I can tell. We will bring German artists for the concerts. We will
That's
bring.
A very nice surprise.
Yeah, it will be a wonderful mix between the Kurdish music and German artists. It's always a lovely and wonderful experience for everyone.
Since you've talked about this mixture between the German and Kurdish art, in what other area do you see the potential of the cultural ties between the two nations, as people, as nation, not as governments, to cooperate further and to strengthen their cultural ties further?
Of course, I only can speak for culture and education, but from my experience, I think that cooperation in every single field is just important, and I would like to encourage in every single field to strengthen these ties and to and these cooperations, and we are doing our role in the culture and in the education, but the experience from this field is that it's always a benefit for everyone.
What is the actual, or why do you see it's significant between the German people and the Kurdish people to have this strong understanding of each other?
I definitely believe that intercultural exchange and the understanding understanding and intercultural understanding is the most important thing that we have. And I think for Kurdistan and for Germany, it's to strengthen the understanding, to see what, for example, a lovely culture scene is here in Kurdistan, and we have a diaspora in Germany. So I think to strengthen these, the relation and also the understanding of cultural activities and cultural scenes and performance here for the diaspora in Germany and vice versa.
Ms. Anais Berlik, thank you so much for giving me this interview. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for inviting me to this interview.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all so much for watching.